Hi guys, welcome to my new series, The Monologue Minute. This is going to be a place on my channel where hopefully I can share more of me, really give my opinion on things like current topics, more informative stuff, more advice stuff, and still have like fun little get ready with me, chatty, makeup-y updates and things like that. I really do feel like videos like this have been missing on my channel for a while, and my thoughts were getting kind of dissolved into vlogs and other videos, and I didn't really have a place where I could just focus and talk about one thing anymore. And I really do want to share more of my interests beyond just the materialistic. I want to, share my 2 cents on things and connect with you guys on a deeper level and have you get to know me a bit better and just use my voice a little bit more. And yes, if you haven't already guessed, the minute in the title is a little bit of a lie. These are not going to be minute-long videos, but they are going to be kind of 5 or 10 minute blocked videos where I can give myself parameters not to ramble too much and try and get straight to the point. And yeah, just give myself an extra minute or two to ease into it because we are starting off strong, you guys. We're hitting a very hard and difficult topic, but I really wanted the first in the series to hopefully be one that I can look back on and be proud of and know that I at least said my piece about it. And I wanted to be an important one. But I have to say, I've been really inspired by the bravery of some people that I call my friends, people I follow on social media, in regards to this topic and how they've been protesting about this topic and really getting involved. And the topic of today is the repeal the 8th Amendment. I do have faith in you guys that a lot of you are understanding and open-minded about differing opinions, and I hope that you would respect my thoughts and my 2 cents, because that's all it is at the end of the day, as much as I respect people with opposing opinions on this topic also, because I do respect people with differing opinions. That's what makes us different. But I wanted to at least generate conversation about this topic. This affects more so my Irish viewers than anyone else, but they make up a huge part of my following, and I wanted to do my due diligence to let them know that even from across the Atlantic, I stand with them. If you're not from Ireland, feel free to stick around, but just a little bit of a trigger warning, I will be talking about the topic of abortion in today's video. So what is the 8th Amendment? Okay, so in Ireland, we are obviously part of Europe, and we're one of the very last places that still has very strict abortion laws. And basically the 8th Amendment equates the life of an embryo or a fetus to be equal to that of a pregnant woman, and it doesn't really take account the situation, the circumstance, the health risks imposed by the pregnancy. And the amendment was changed slightly under the Protection of Life During Pregnancy Act in 2013. Like, this is still only very recently that abortions would be permitted if the woman's life was at risk. It's so much of a grey area that medical professionals don't even want to really deal with it. They're too afraid to perform or save essentially the woman's life because they're afraid that they will face later repercussions, that they'll be arrested, that they could face life in prison because of the way that the system works. There's been a number of high profile cases in Ireland over the last couple of years that have, I suppose, really brought the topic to light in regards to whether women should have easier access to abortion, and very chilling situations, everything from women being ill for the rest of their lives if they don't get this, or women that are going to die, people that know that their child has fatal fetal abnormalities, and they're still forced to carry that child full term even though they know has like zero chance of survival. And even just like women and even like young teenagers and kids that have been subject to sexual violence and sexual abuse and have to suffer the repercussions of that. And it makes me sad because these women didn't have a chance to recoup and a chance to get on with their lives because the system was ineffective and it failed them. What we've been doing thus far is just exporting the problem to places like the UK so that we don't have to deal with it. 4,000 or 5,000 women every year travel to the UK for an abortion, and these are just the UK ones alone. These are just the documented ones, not including all the people that can't afford to go, and all the risky at-home unsafe attempts at abortion that desperate women may attempt. Every time I've been in the airport lately, I can't help but think that there is a woman, maybe more than one, that could be on my flight to London, going through this on their own. Getting on a plane full of holiday goers, romantic weekenders, stag do's, about to go through the most profoundly sad, distressing, traumatic experience on their own, in secret, a foreign hotel room, a foreign hospital. I've often thought, what if it was me? What if it was me going through an unwanted pregnancy? What would I want? And I would want the option, I would want the choice to be in familiar surroundings with resources available to help me. I would want the choice. And the thing about choice is that when you take choice away from a woman, especially one like that, they're going to be panicked, they're going to be frantic, and they are just going to automatically think the only option for them is to hop on a plane to the UK and somehow figure out how they're going to afford this situation. And I think that if women had the choice, they would more likely have more time to make a calm, rational decision, knowing that the options are there available to them, close by, nearby, to make the best decision for them in a safe way. For me personally, to vote against choice would be a selfish option for no real reason. I think it's time we trusted women with their bodies, and you know, whatever the woman a county across, a town across, 2 doors down from you does with their life will not affect you, because you are not a part of their life, and therefore we shouldn't really have a say in what somebody else's does with their body. You know, the fine print and our slightly differing opinions, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because all it comes down to is a choice that women should have the right to. The beauty of choice is that it is a personal journey, and I would implore you to vote so that you are not taking that choice away from other women, a choice that may be better for them. If a woman chooses to go through an abortion and it's something that in the future they may regret, that's the burden of choice at the end of the day. So to people of Ireland that are my age, younger than me, older than me, please go out of your comfort zone. If you're like me, you know, I know what it's like to be a lazy voter, to not use my vote. But as I've gotten older, I've realised how important that vote is. This is going to change history for women in Ireland, and it's going to change the lives of a lot of people, and it's an important one, so please get involved. I know I'll be endeavouring to fly back to Ireland in May for the vote at the end of May, and also to get my smear test done, another super important female anatomy thing to do. So like I said, the referendum to vote on repealing the 8th Amendment is not until the end of May, so that's a little bit of time to educate yourself, enlighten yourself, form an opinion, for God's sakes, at the very least, and, you know, contribute to whatever decision is going to be made. I think the best resource I can leave below is the Repeal the 8th website itself, just because I found it to be a very fact-based, not overwhelming, very easy to navigate website. It has everything that you would want to know, everything that I've talked about in this video. It has stories from women that have had to go through abortions in the UK. It has, you know, resources like how to check if you're on the election roster. I only checked mine last night. I am ready to go, surprisingly enough. And yeah, everything you need to know is all there. They have their own merch. They have these really great sweaters that I need to get my hands on. And they just have a bunch of great resources to help you form an opinion. Oh, so that was my first monologue moments. I'm already have butterflies at the thought of sharing this, but you can let me know what you think about it using like the thumbs up, thumbs down button. You can DM me on social media, anything I could potentially improve in the future. I feel great. I feel like even though this is not something that affects my audience en masse, it was something that was important to me and that I felt like that I needed to take a part in a way that I knew how. And yeah, I'll see you all there in the voting polls.